My
Yes.
name is Teresa Macias-Ruiz, and I'm going to be presenting to you the how to do business with the California state government. There is my information. I am a bilingual business outreach liaison with the Office of Small Business and Dvde Services at California Department of General Services. My email address is there, and you can also reach me at businessoutreach@dgs.ca.gov. We will be sharing the slides, I believe. I sent them to you guys, so you guys are going to be able to get a copy of it and be able to click on it and email us if you need to. All right, here are the topics that we're going to be discussing. We're going to go over the Sbdb certification program. We're also going to go over Cali Procure registration and certification, important keywords and UNSPSC codes, bid solicitations or contracts, the Sbdb advocates. We're going to go over the commercially useful function or CUF, which is very important because it's law, and something fairly new, shy of a year, Sbdb emergency registry. We're going to give you some resources that can help you through the process. And we're going to start. So the state of California has goals, okay, contracting goals. Out of all the money that I spent, 25% of those dollars we want to go to small businesses, and 3% towards disabled veteran business enterprises. Just to put it into perspective, in fiscal year 2019-2020, $463 million, or 3.8% of all the contract dollars went towards DBBEs, and $2.8 billion went to SBs or small businesses. Now that we didn't quite achieve the goal. It was a shy of 2%, right? 25% is our aspirational goal, and we reached 23.7%. So let's talk about the certifications. We have 3: small business or SB, small business for the purpose of public works, SBPW, or the disabled veteran business enterprise, or DVBE. We're gonna speak about the eligibility requirements. So your business must be independently owned and operated. You cannot be dominant in the field of operation, meaning you can't be a prime, like AT&T, Microsoft, I don't know, there's many big companies. Your office must be located in California. We want the benefits to go towards small businesses. And then the owners or officers, in the case of a corporation, they also have to live in California. And together with affiliates, if there are any, you have to have 100 or less employees, and your gross annual receipts it just went up to by 1 million. It used to be 15 million, now it's 16 million. Okay, it's an average in the past 3 years. So as you can make 1 year 20 million, the other one, I don't know, 10, and then the other one 8, you're still gonna be average below the 60 million, you're gonna be fine. A manufacturer doesn't have a gap on their gross annual receipts, but they do have a cap on the employees, so they have to have 100 or less. That's if you're a manufacturer. Now, for the small business for public works, the first 4 requisites are the same exact as a small business. The difference here is with affiliates, you can go up to 200 employees, and your gross annual receipts can be 37 million or less. Okay, so, and that's an average, just like with the small business. Now let's talk about the DVBE eligibility requirements. So to be eligible, you have to, you must be at least 10% service disabled, which means that you must have served in the US military, naval, Air Force, you know, that kind of stuff, to be able to qualify for this, right? Your company must be at least 51% owned by 1 or more disabled veteran. And if it's a limited liability company, it has to be wholly owned by 1 or more disabled veteran. Your daily operations, they do have to be managed and controlled by one or more disabled veteran. It doesn't have to be the owner, okay? The owner has to be a disabled veteran, but it could be your manager has to be, it could be someone else managing the company, but it has to be a disabled veteran. And the home office has to be located in the US, and it cannot be a branch or subsidiary of a foreign corporation, firm, or other foreign-based businesses. Any questions at this time? I'm gonna take it as a no if I don't hear anything and just continue on. Let's talk about the benefits of having the certification. The first thing is it doesn't cost you anything, it's free. You get inclusion into the state's goals to spend 25% of all contract dollars with SBs and 3% with DBBEs. You get certified for 2 years. After 3 months before the certification expires, you'll get an email telling you that you have to reapply. And then your business is added into the state's California Certified Business Database, and that is in Cali Procure. That is our one-stop shop market where you can search for other businesses. You can try to locate primes that may want to work with you. You find contracts. You can place free ads. And the state agencies, they use Cali Procure to find you, to find small businesses, okay, and other primes as well. You will have access to contract opportunities that are exclusive to certified businesses, and that's the Sbdb option. So with this option, buyers will ask for a quote directly to 2 certified SBs or 2 certified DBBEs. So they'll look for you in Cali Procure and they'll email you directly. And this will increase your chances, right, of getting a contract with the state. More benefits. So as a certified SB, you can have up to a 5% incentive for DBBEs and a 5% bid preference for SBs. So if you qualify for DBBE, as a DBBE, you might qualify as an SB. So if you do qualify for 2, get the 2 certifications. Because if you are dual certified, you can get up to 10% with the incentive and the bid preference. Okay, let me explain how the SB preference goes. So we have 2 bidders. A is not certified, B is. They bid 100,000 and 102,000. Normally, it goes to the lowest bidder. But with the 5% SB preference, we take 5% from the lowest bid, and now we're going to subtract it from the certified bid, right, which is 102, which will give us a 97,000 bid. So bidder A is not going to get the contract, but it's not going to get it for the 97,000. It's going to get it for the $102,000. That's how it will benefit your small business. Okay. Continuing with benefits. Prime contractors can get the benefits of your certification if they self-contract with your business, okay? And we have reciprocity partners, which we have about 59 between cities, counties, special districts, university systems, and utilities. And these 59 partners accept our certification, okay? You can find them in Cali Procure. So that's our website, www.caliprocure.com. I'm going to show you where you can find our partners. So if you're on the main page, you click on Find Training and Resources, and then you scroll down to where it says Resources to Grow Your Business, and then you click on Leverage Your State Certifications, right? This will open up another web page, and this is where it will have a little bit of information about our reciprocity partners, as well as all of the partners that we have this kind of reciprocity or deal with them, okay? Partnership. All right. You also have the Prompt Payment Act, which if you're a certified small business, it doesn't apply to the DVBEs, but if you're a certified small business, you'll get higher late payment penalties for undisputed invoices. That means that, so the state has 45 days to pay for an undisputed invoice. That means that the state accepted it as you submitted it and it's undisputed. That's when it starts the 45 days, okay? And you can find information about prompt payment, again, in Cali Procure. I'll show you where it is. From the main page, you click on Get Certified, and then you click on Prompt Payment Program Assistance, which will open up the page that contains all the information, including contact information, phone number, and email, where you can, if you have any questions about prompt payment, you can email them or call them. Any questions at this point? Okay. Now we're going to go into Cali Procure. So in Cali Procure, you can register. You can apply for SB and DVBE certification. You're certified for 2 years, which I mentioned before. You can look for bid solicitations and contracts. Doesn't cost you a penny. And again, I know I put .com. If you put caliprocure.com, it will get you the into Cali Procure just the same way as if you click on caliprocure.ca.gov. Okay, there's just 2 ways of doing it. All right, so if you are in our main page, right top corner, login register, then you'll click on new bidder registration. You'll fill 6 pages of information that is going to be requested of you. The ones that you have to answer are marked with an asterisk. It's basically your business information, which includes, you know, name, email, website if you have any, tax ID, and that kind of stuff. Okay, contact information, that kind of information. That's what it will ask you. Once you've done with the 6 pages, you will get this message saying that you successfully registered, right? Then you have an email, which you provided in those 6 pages, with your user ID and a temporary password. So you can log in from there, put in your user ID and temporary password, at which time the system will ask you, it will say that it expired, because that's a temporary password. Then you'll go back into the system, right? You'll continue, and you'll put in your old password or the temporary one, and then the password that you're gonna use from now on, and then you'll change the password. At this point, you can start the certification. There's 2 ways in there. You'll see them with the rectangles and the arrows. Get started or apply for certification. Say for whatever reason you couldn't do it because you had to run out and do an errand, it's okay. You can come back to our main page at a later time, and then either click on the top right corner, login or register, or you can also click on the tile. Anytime you click on those tiles, the 4 tiles are that you see in here, okay, it will take you to an extra step as opposed to if you are using the top information, okay, or the top right corner. So if you click there, you'll have to click on Get Certified or Apply or Reapply, and then this is where you start the certification. If you are still not sure about if you qualify, the information is going to be on the top, okay, all the requirements. So you can easily just click on it and it will open up a 1-pager with the information, okay? But if you think that you qualify for the small business as well as the other ones, okay? Yes, we do have the nonprofits, but we don't speak about those, okay? So if you do qualify for any more than one, go ahead and click it because you want to do it right now. And then you'll click on Next. This is where you begin answering the eligibility questions, okay? Not sure how many pages there are, but there are several of them, and then answer them all. once you come to this page, that's the terms and conditions. Make sure that you read everything that is in here. You'll have to slide the bar down, click on I accept the terms, and then hit next. When you do that, and something that I always tell people, before you begin your certification, make sure that you upload all of the required documents prior to you beginning the certification, because it makes everything so much faster, okay? It's so much smoother. So once you do that and you get to this page, you'll just click on the link to attach it, look for your required document. So if it's asking you for federal tax return 2018, save your file that way so you know what you're uploading, and it makes it so much easier. So once you have uploaded everything, then you click on submit application. So once you do that, the system will automatically tell you whether it was approved or is going to be reviewed. Okay, in this case, the small business and the small business for public works was auto approved, and the DBBE was submitted for review. Okay, any questions at this point? Okay, so we're going to talk about keywords in Unspsc codes. So this is one of the most important parts of your profile, okay? Because this is the area where you're going to describe the goods and services your company can sell. You do this, and not can sell, but sells, okay? You do this in two ways, by using keywords and Unspsc classifications. A keyword is a word that describes a good or a service. So for example, concrete, environmental, legal, door, pencil, fences, whatever it is that your company sells, that's a keyword, okay? A good keyword is individual. Don't put I do environmental, or I deal with environmental legal issues or something like that. Just put environmental. I sell doors. No, just door, okay? And also singular. See how I put door, pencil, not doors and pencils? You want to put, and you can put as many keywords as you as your company, whatever services and products you sell, okay? And any word can be a keyword. So anything that you do in your company can be a keyword. The United Nations Standard Product and Services Codes, that's what Unspsc stands for. It is an 8-digit code that identifies a good or service. So anything that your company sells. And it does go by hierarchy. So there's 4 levels, and it goes by 2 numbers. So in the first level, it's the more broad one. It's 14, following by zeros. Level 2 gets a little bit more, but it's still very broad. It's paper materials and products. Tells you paper products. Now I always tell people, paper materials and products can include from writing paper to toilet paper to paper plates. I don't know. So, sorry. So we stay with level 3 and level 4 are more specific, and because those tell you more business use, print and writing paper, level 3, and now level 4, it tells you exactly what it is, printer or copier paper. Okay, so those are the 4 levels that we have. This is just an example using paper products and materials and products. I'm just gonna keep skipping through the Q&A because I don't think there's any questions at this time. But if there are, and you think of any questions, you can always email us too. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about bid solicitations. You can find those in the California State Contracts Register, the CSCR, and then you can also find past purchases in the State Contracts and Procurement Registration System, which is SKIPPers. And this again is in Cali Procure. Let me show you how you can find them. So if you see there's a lot of arrows, that's because there's 3 ways. There's 3 ways that you can look for them, okay? The very first one is just for you to log in. The right top one is for you to log in. And why would you wanna, if you're just looking, because if you find a contract that you wanna maybe put an ad on, then if you're already logged in and you're looking at it, you don't have to go back, log in, and then so that it can have your information, okay? So, and there's more things you can do if you're logged in, okay? So the quickest one for you to start the search would be either through quick links, which is the top. Once you click there, the menu, the drop-down menu shows, or the middle rectangle where it says California State, which is this area, right? And then, of course, using the tiles, it will take you to an extra step. So if we were to click on the tile, it will take you to this other page, and then you'll have to click on Find Bid Opportunities. If you're clicking on the other two, the quick links or the start search, it automatically takes you here. So it's just an extra step. So once you're here, you click on Advanced Search, which is right in the middle. And then this opens up, which has many fields for you to put in information to look for. So I usually use the item description because it's easier for me to know, okay, well, I sell fences, so I can put fence, right? You can also, if you know your Unspsc code, you can search by code. You can search by service areas, and service areas are the counties of the state, okay? And then you can also search by contractor license type. There's some that are very specific, and maybe you have one that is super specific and you want to see if there's anything for your contractor license type. And then don't choose, just try to limit some of the searches, so don't click on everything at the same time, but you can search by state description and maybe area code at the same time. So here and here, and then you would click on search, and you can also save your search criteria, okay, to make it easier for next time you're looking at it. So once you decide what you want to search by, click on search. So in this case, I believe I searched by construction, and this is an old one, and the old search that I did a while ago, but at that time there were 6 of them. So if you were to click on any of the they call them event name, but it's basically the contract name. Okay, so if you were to click on there, the page will open up, and it has a bunch of good information in here, because this has the contact information of the person selling, not selling, but managing the contract, okay? In this case, they did place a phone number, but if you're communicating with somebody, always try to use email because it's in writing. Just for anything, especially if you're already in negotiations, just use the email so you have everything there. If there was a pre-bid conference, it would be here. And that would mean that you would have to attend a pre-bid conference prior to being able to submit a bid. Okay, on the top part, it has the view event package, post vendor ads, or view vendor ads. Okay, so this is the event package has all of the information that you need, or everything about the contract. Okay, if you wanted to post a vendor ad because you want to do subcontract, then you can click there, and a window would open up where it would ask you for basic information that you could just easily do. Fielding. Super important, your end date, the event end date. Your bid has to be submitted, and this is an old one, remember, on 2/17/21 at no later than 2 o'clock. So everything, all the paperwork that you were submitting would have to be in there, whatever the means of you submitting it has to be in already into their office by that time. So very important, okay? Now, the way to search for past purchases is through quick links or find public procurement information. So remember, anytime you use the tiles on the bottom, it's going to take you to an extra step, okay? The extra step will be clicking on past purchases in the skippers. Once you do that, the system is gonna think, okay? It's gonna take a while sometimes, depending on how busy the system is, but it might take a while to come back. Just be patient with it, and if it doesn't work, try it again, okay? But once the system comes up, you can already begin the search by description. If you click on advanced search, then you can search by Unspsc codes. Why is it important for you to search past purchases? Because you can do market research. You can search for agencies and departments in the state of California that have possibly purchased what your business sells. And you can also look at, if you look on these columns, the supplier ID column, it tells you the competitors, the companies that have gotten a contract, okay, for maybe the same stuff that you sell. So you can search them. You can search their public profile in CaliProcure and maybe borrow some of their keywords or Unspsc if they apply to what you sell, okay? That's why it's important. And it also has the buyer information. So, but the most important part, I say, is the finding out which agencies buy what you sell, and also your competitors, okay? I'm gonna continue just keeping through it. And this leads exactly into the Sbdb advocates. So once you find what agencies sell or purchase what you sell, you can contact an Sbdb advocate to ask and see if they're still purchasing or if there's going to be a contract coming up or something like that. You let them know who you are, what your company does, okay? The advocates, they're state employees. They work in the purchasing at the specific departments that you might want to contact. And they try to help SBs and DBBs with contracts and information, okay? So that's why it's important. I'm going to show you in CaliProcure where you can find the Sbdb advocates. If you're on the main page, you don't even have to be logged in. You can click on Find Training and Resources. You scroll down to where it says Research and Marketing, and then you'll click on Contact a Small Business and DBBE Advocate. Another page will open up, and this has a little bit of information on the advocates, but it also has the ability for you to download the directory, okay? Once you click on Download the Advocate Directory, an Excel spreadsheet will open up with all of the information, the departments, the name of the advocates, and an area. If you're in construction, they will have an X on the line of the next to the departments. Okay, so if you're in construction, you know which departments you can possibly send emails to the advocate. Okay, that's why it's important to do market research so you can contact advocates from departments that have purchased what you sell. All right, so super important, the commercially useful function, because it is the law. We have the Small Business Government Code 14837 D4A. For DBBEs is Military and Veterans Code 999 B5B. And then there's CUF penalties and sanctions if you do not perform CUF, okay? MBC 99.98. So this is how you'll know if you are performing CUF. You're executing a distinct element of the work. You're performing, managing, or supervising the work. You're doing stuff that's normal for your firm's business and functions. You're negotiating, determining the quality and quantity, ordering, installing, and making payments. And you, very important, not subcontracting a portion of the work that is greater than expected by industry practices. So your business doesn't perform CUF if you are an extra participant in a transaction, contract, or project through which funds are passed in order to obtain the appearance of Sbdb participation. So if say a prime contacts you and they say they're going to use you so they can win the contract, and they pay you, but you don't actually perform the part of the contract that they say you would in the contract, that's not performing, okay? Or if you give it to somebody, it's another company, and you get a small fee from it, that's not performing CUP either. If you're not being used to perform the work as stipulated in the bid, okay? If you're no longer used to provide goods and services listed in the initial bid, if you know this stuff that is happening, you must report it, okay? Because there are monetary and even jail and also sanctions where the state will not put you in like a red list. You're not going to be able to contract with the state. So it's very important. All right, I'm going to keep passing the Q&As. Now, the Sbdb emergency registry, this is something important because my department worked hard. Do you remember at the beginning, I said that we didn't quite reach the 25% goal for the small businesses? The emergencies had a lot to do with that. Okay, we've had the COVID fires, which is coming up. So that's why my area worked hard to make this Sbdb emergency registry, and it's strictly for certified SBs and DBBEs. Okay, so this is a dedicated portal where certified businesses can register. Okay, and this is for emergency goods and services. Unlike Cali Procure, this is only for businesses that can provide those type of emergency products. Okay, so they're predetermined emergency categories, and state departments will be registering in there and can look for you. So this is going to be search for only certified SBs and DBBEs to try to include you in these billions of dollars that are spent in emergency situations. Okay. Now, which ones should sign up for these? Well, this is for businesses who are, as of yesterday, as of a month ago, whatever, you are ready and able to support the state in case of an emergency. So they're gonna require fast, around the clock turnaround times. Okay, so you have to be able and ready when they call you, because they can call you whenever an emergency happens, anytime, middle of the night. So a business should not register unless they are fully capable of immediately providing the goods and services they list. Okay, it's not aspirational. It is, you are now ready and able. And these are some of the categories. More have been added. I haven't added all of the ones that have been added, but if you go into the emergency registry, and I'll post the website, it will be in my slides, but these are some of them. Base camp operations, grease removal, facilities maintenance repair, fire protection, information technology, logistics, medical, portable modular business sanitation, roadway maintenance, traffic control, vehicles, rentals, many more things. So what do you need to register? Your certification number, your emergency category. So what type of emergency product or service do you provide? Description of products and services, your business address, and very important, your contact information where you can be reached at any time of the day and night. There is, like I said, I posted the website for the emergency registry, as well. If you have any questions, which you'll find the email too in that website, Sbdb emergency registry at dgs.ca.gov. So this is a little just on the Sbdb emergency registry. Now, resources. We have the small business development centers. They offer help with business consulting, planning, marketing, and access to capital. Maybe they know of loans. They work with banks, so to try to help you with the loan process and that kind of stuff. The PTACs, the Procurement Technical Assistance Center, they are really good and well known to help with government contracting. SCORE, they're for really newer businesses, but they'll help with business mentorship. I listed all the websites in there. You also have your chambers of commerce, other organizations like the one hosting this event that can help with, if not helping you directly, directing you to another area that can help you when and if you do find a contract with the state of California. Okay. Let's review the items that we went over, which is we went over the certification program. We showed you Cali Procure registration and certification. We talked about keywords and UNSPSC codes. Showed you a little bit about how to look for bid solicitations. I talked to you about the advocates and who they are and what they can do. We also spoke about commercially useful function, CUF. And we talked about the Sbdb emergency registry, showed you some of the resources that are there to help you through this process. And if you know someone, or you get a contract in the future with the state, or because you certified with us, you got one through one of our partners, let us know. We would love to know of any success stories of you getting a contract. If you need in one-on-one, okay, you can book an appointment with my area by scanning that, taking a picture of that code, the QR code. Follow us on LinkedIn. We have, we list important information there. Our maybe webinars, or not only ours, sometimes our partners ask us to list webinars that they have. So follow us on LinkedIn. And this concludes my my presentation. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for inviting me. If there is any questions, this would be the time for that.
Thank you so much, Teresa. That's amazing. So wonderful. We're so happy you are able to join us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, we have our colleagues working on the Zoom, so if you guys see the questions, you can read it out. But Teresa, we do like to get in touch with you and to follow up. Yes, that is so wonderful.
Yeah, I have my information up on the screen.